In the quiet town of Willowbrook lived a girl named Ella. She was 7 years old, with black hair tied in a little braid and bright green eyes that sparkled with curiosity. She wore her favorite lavender dress and pink shoes everywhere she went. Ella had a gentle heart and a big imagination, but she often felt as though she blended into the background. In class she sat quietly, her ideas tucked inside her head, and during recess she watched the others play. She believed she wasn't brave. She believed she was ordinary. Every afternoon, Ella skipped past the old iron gate of the mansion at the end of her street. Beyond that gate, overgrown hedges hid something mysterious. The grown-ups called it the Secret Garden. They said no one had entered it for years. Ella wondered, what if the garden held something magical? What if she could find it? That night, she lay in bed, opened her little sketchbook and drew what she imagined: glowing flowers, dancing lanterns, strange butterflies of light. And she made a silent wish: one day I'll be brave enough to find the secret. The next morning, Ella packed a tiny backpack with a notebook, a pencil, and a snack. She approached the old iron gate. The hinges creaked. She held her breath. With a gentle push, the gate swung open as if inviting her in. Inside, the garden was a tangle of vines and ancient statues, but deep in the center she saw something shimmering: a large stone arch, carved with stars and moons, and at its base a small puddle of moonlight. Ella stepped through the arch, and the air changed. Soft golden motes floated in the air, flowers glowed faintly, and the sounds of the evening crickets seemed far away. Suddenly a figure emerged from behind a rose bush: Princess Aurora of the Light Realm. She wore a gown of pale gold and silver, her hair cascaded like spun light, and her eyes held a kind wisdom. Princess Aurora spoke. "Welcome, Ella. You were meant to find this place." Ella gasped. Are you real?" Aurora smiled. "As real as the courage inside you." Aurora walked with Ella beneath arching branches and through sparkling twilight. "You must help me," Aurora said softly. "This garden once shared its light with the world. But it's fading because the star seed at its heart is weakening. Only someone with a brave heart can restore it." Ella's eyes widened. "Me?" she asked. "Yes. You believed in the gate. You dreamed of the flowers of light. That is the start of bravery." They approached a fountain shaped like a crescent moon. The water shimmered faintly, but the stone walls were dull. Aurora placed a hand on Ella's shoulder. "Inside you there is a spark. We'll light the star seed together." Narrator. Ella felt her heartbeat quicken. She remembered how she stayed quiet in class, how she thought she was ordinary. But here she was, stepping forward. She nodded. "Okay," she said, and with Aurora's guidance, she planted her hand upon the fountain's edge. A ripple of light spread. Suddenly vines twisted up, casting long shadows. A low rumble echoed. Ella held on tight. Aurora stood beside her. "There is one more challenge," she said. "The shadow vine feeds on fear. We must pass it by believing in light, not hiding in the dark." Ella's mind raced. The vines closed in. She saw a vision of herself, timid, shrinking away. But she took a breath. She reached for Aurora's hand, and then whispered, "I believe I can." The vines recoiled. Light burst through cracks in the stone. The garden glowed. Ella realized that bravery wasn't the absence of fear, it was choosing to move forward while afraid. They arrived at a circular clearing bathed in shimmering silver blue light. At the center stood a giant crystal shaped like a star. Its edges were dull. Aurora said, "This is the star seed. Place your wish into it." Ella closed her eyes. She thought of her classroom, her quiet voice, the gate she opened. She wished, "I believe in myself." She laid her palm on the crystal. Light shot out. The star glowed. Flowers burst open. Butterflies of light soared. The garden brightened so much it felt like dawn. Aurora smiled proudly. "You have done it, Ella." Ella looked at her hands, at the glowing flowers, at the world transformed. She felt changed. Aurora walked Ella back to the gate. "Remember," Aurora said, "though you leave this garden, the light remains within you. Whenever you doubt, think of the star seed and your wish." Ella hugged Aurora. "Thank you," she whispered. Aurora nodded, the golden light swirling around her. Then she stepped through the arch, and vanished into moonlit mist. The garden remained bright. The gate closed softly behind Ella. She walked home under the stars, her pink shoes tapping on the pavement. Though the world looked the same, Ella felt different. Brave. Lightened. The next morning, Ella woke up in her lavender dress by the window of her room. She looked out and saw the old gate quietly shining. On her desk lay a small silver pendant in the shape of a star, gift from Aurora. Ella smiled. That day at school she raised her hand. She shared her idea in class. A friend said, "That's great, Ella," and she grinned. She skipped by the gate on her way home and paused to wave at the garden, now sealed but alive with light. You see, courage doesn't come from giants or magic alone. It comes from believing in yourself, even when you're small. And every time you open your heart,